Unfortunately, today on Testosterone Overload's comic book review, it's not good. It's not good. I'm not going to talk about a comic book that moved the needle for me. I'm going to talk about a comic book that refused the needle for me. This is Battle of the Planets #1 from Top Cow Comics, published by Image Comics. An awesome cover by Mark Silvestri that drew me into this. I have never seen Battle of the Planets, but I did recently watch the live-action Gatchaman movie from Japan that is Battle of the Planets, essentially. And so I was like, well, I'll pick this up. I like Silvestri's art, and this looks like fun. I don't get into anime a lot, but I was interested in this because this is something for kids, right? Written by Munir Sharif, and art directors Alex Ross, pencils by Wilson Tortosa. And I am digging the pencils fully. I'm really digging the colors by Shane Law of Udon Studios. He really likes those udon noodles. I like the yaki udon myself. So this is actually a pretty good opening. You got, like a bad guy plotting something, and all of a sudden the plane goes out of control and the pilots are like, oh no. And here we have the close up on all the heroes, with their weapons, or cracking those knuckles, baby. I gotta do that one that way. Ooh, that felt good. And boom, all of a sudden, there they are, the Gatchaman, the G-Force, jumping out, ready to fight. And they do. They fight. They fight. And then they try to get you to buy some art from Alex Ross. And then they get admonished by the Brigadier General Andreas Tomak, Commander-in-Chief of United Armed Forces. And then Mr. Anderson here is, the scientist guy who I don't want to say he created these kids, but helped them discover their powers. And here's the real problem. I don't think this could be drawn any more offensive. That's not the problem. I'm just saying that, this is how you draw, an old Japanese man with, you make him look like a freaking catfish, huh? Okay. Wow. That's rude. Anyway, so you got all these characters, and the problem is this is the only one who I even know who he is. Because it's the only one where it's actually explained who he is, other than, all these kids are teenage lab rats. And it's just kind of throwing me off reading this piece of trash with great colors. Great colors, man. Let's give the plug again to the colorist here. There he is, Shane Law, doing amazing work, man. Especially here, look at that. Look at that. That is colored really super well. He really understands light. So we got this nerdy looking dude. I don't know who he is. But I hate this. I hate this line. Look, I've never squealed on you before, mister. Not even about your porn stash. Is this a comic book for kids? Because I'm pretty sure that those are all teenagers, and I'm pretty sure when I watched Gatchaman the movie, I didn't see anything that mentioned pornography. So why would I give this to my kid? So that they can ask me what porn is? What the? What's wrong with you, bro? What's wrong with you? And I'm not saying that, that's inappropriate. Yeah, it is inappropriate. This is a comic book for friggin' kids. And you got this guy who is driving around in this car, shooting all these people. It don't really explain what the hell is even happening. I think that this is a different guy, but he has the same haircut. I don't know if they're identical twins. I don't remember there being identical twins in Gatchaman the movie. This dude is got a chick riding him, which I also find questionable in a comic book that I'm pretty sure is meant for kids. This is an Image comic, and I have said previously that Image is the Quentin Tarantino of comic book companies. Not in the sense that they make rated R content, but that they make content that's really cool, that doesn't shy away from blood. There might be some PG-13 language in it, and certainly not R like Quentin Tarantino would do. But there's just something weird about talking about pornography and then having a chick riding a dude in a comic book that I'm quite confident is supposed to be for children, not for adults. And that is why I did not like this comic book, is because of that, and because they don't tell you who the hell any of these characters are. Yeah, and it's sculpted by Claiborne Moore. And if I am not familiar with Battle of the Planets and I pick up issue number 1 and I still am not sure who the characters are by the time I'm done reading it, I'm not going to pick up issue 2. So that is the fate of this Battle of the Planets trash comic from Top Cow that was released in 2002. I'm not ever going to buy another one of these for all the reasons I've listed. No matter how good Shane Law's coloring is, I'll just wait until I find another comic book colored by Shane Law that isn't written by a guy who talks about porn in a kid's comic and has chicks riding dudes in a kid's comic. A writer who doesn't even know how to explain who the characters are. Like, I still don't know. I still am not sure who their names are. I'm still not sure, like, this guy is not this guy. This guy is not this guy. Is this a guy? Is this a girl? I can't tell with that mudflap moulet they got going on there. This is different guy, right? Different guy? I think. Maybe. Can't tell. Don't know. Honestly, don't care. Done. We're just going to do this one like this. And that way no children ever accidentally get their hands on this and ask me, what's porn? Because I'm not interested in explaining that to a child. I'm quite honest that I'm quite confident that when the kid gets older, he's going to figure out what porn is and how it damages women tremendously who are involved in pornography. And yeah, there we go. That's the end of that piece of shit. So, if you agree that we shouldn't talk about porn in kids' comics, go ahead and leave a comment below. If you think we should talk about porn in kids' comics, leave a comment below so that we can help the federal government track you down, because that's what we maybe need to do. I'm not sure. It's certainly an idea, though. So there you go. This is a comic book that does not move the needle. This is a comic book that Comicsgate should ignore, and you should ignore this writer too, since he likes to write about pornography in kids' comics. And that's the end of this bad, shitty-ass comic book review on Testosterone Overload.